Well, I love a really simple dish that's really, really tasty. And this one is just fun. I told someone once, oh, let's grill some crab meat. And they would say, well, you need a tiny grill to grill crab meat. But this is crab meat grilled or barbecued. And the way I'd like to do it is very simply on a banana leaf with the crab and a little bit of garlic butter. And it's that simple. And you could easily do it at home in the backyard. And every time I do it, everyone can't believe how good it is and also how simple it is. So first, what I like to do, this is really a fun trick, is to put the garlic cloves in a skillet, fresh peeled garlic, and then I'm going to cover it with water and just poach the garlic till it's soft. So it takes out all the real strong bite of garlic and just very sweet garlic, and when we put it on the crab as it grills, it'll just very lightly caramelize, give you a very delicate, toasty garlic flavor, and not enough to overwhelm the crab or be too strong. This is a beautiful banana leaf, and how you prepare a banana leaf, when you get them fresh like this, they tend to be very brittle, so if you do anything to them, they will tear into pieces very, very quickly, so they're kind of hard to handle. So usually with a banana leaf, you cure it first over a little bit of heat, which will make it very, very, very soft. So I'm just going to put this over the fire and just move it gently. You put the banana leaf over the flame, and you'll see how it changes color quickly. We sometimes call this ironing the banana leaf. It just kind of steams it gently as it goes over the flame. And you could do it over a hot skillet as well, or just briefly in the oven. And it brings all the kind of the oils out. And the one thing that it does, now watch this, it makes the banana leaf just soft like it's a piece of cloth. You could ball it up into a ball now and just unfold it like that. So it's very, very easy to work with. Alright, so then you just cut this thick end off, which is kind of the rib of the banana leaf. And then divide the leaf into little sections, just about a couple fingers wide, like so, the width of your hand, basically. And this is for a nice little appetizer. In the old days, the old days, this would be your plate. This is what you would put things on. And then we'll take the crab meat, and these are beautiful jumbo lump Gulf crab meat. Now you just feel around them for any shells, but you wouldn't want to be so gentle to keep those pieces of crab as large as you can. Sometimes you find a little bit of shell, like right there is just a little piece of shell, and you just remove that part. And then arrange these big chunks of crab meat on the banana leaf. Then I'm going to pour off the water from the garlic that we poached. And what you'll see is that these garlic cloves now are very soft, and you can just crush them with a knife. And they're actually much, much sweeter. So they easily just sort of mash into a paste. I'll turn them all out. It's a lot easier than chopping garlic. You just kind of mash them slowly. Fairly effortless. And this garlic now is very, very sweet. We'll then put it back into the pot. The last one trying to get away. And then we'll add a little chunk of butter to it. A nice chunk of butter. Crab loves butter. And then return it back to the fire to let the butter melt. Okay, so that butter, you see it just kind of foams up and has that sweet, sweet garlic in it. It's like poached garlic, and actually as it goes, the garlic kind of dissolves into the butter and makes this kind of very, almost creamy-like consistency from the garlic and the butter. Then we'll transfer these to the grill, and all we're going to do is spoon a little bit of that garlic and butter over the crab. So when it heats up on the banana leaf, the crab and the butter kind of all roast together. A little bit over the top. I think the butter helps draw the flavor out of those banana leaves. And put a little pinch of that sea salt over the top, coarse sea salt. And now we'll take it to the wood fire and grill the crab meat. You could even do it under a broiler in a hot oven, but I love the wood fire. And so this is what's fun, the crab doesn't fall through. And slowly, if you see them as they cook, depending on the heat, you'll notice right away how that butter starts to sizzle on that leaf right there. And see the leaf starts to curl up a little as the heat gets to it. And the crab heats right over the fire very, very slowly. And all you do is you just keep moving those leaves. If they get a little too hot, you just take it to a little cooler side of the fire and let it go more slowly. I think the slower the better, to let that crab heat all the way through and let the flavor of the banana leaf come out. So the banana leaf gives this wonderful sort of smoky, green sort of flavor, very delicate and slightly sweet. It's from the oils in the leaf that sort of pick up by the banana leaf as well, and very delicately will perfume the crab meat. That really gives it a wonderful smell. And the one thing about the banana leaf is that because the crab is heating up, the banana leaf underneath the crab won't burn. It will stay very green. You can see when you look at it, wherever the crab is, you see the leaf is still green underneath. In fact, it forms like almost a little plate. You can see the edge of it right there, because the crab meat won't let the banana leaf burn. So you don't have to worry about that part. You just want the edges to kind of curl up as it goes along the fire. I think it's ready. Right off the grill. And now for the end, really beautiful how they turned out. You can see they're almost like their own plates. And then at the last minute, all you need is that luscious, look how beautiful that lime is. And a little bit of lime over the crab meat, just that little kind of finishing touch. If you want, you can add a little salt or pepper, you think just to finish it. But it's so simple. And just like now, the smell of the lime and the banana leaf, and a little of the smell of the wood fire, it's like a vacation on a beach that you usually see in commercials with beer, but here it's at the restaurant in the middle of Houston. Imagine that. I'm dying to try one. It's my favorite dish. You can't believe it. I'm not bluffing. I'm serious, you can't believe how good it is. The garlic, the lime. This is just great flavor, great life, pure and simple. This dish is actually not even on the menu. It's something we reserve for ourselves. If you ask for barbecue crab meat on a banana leaf, we'd be happy to do it for you any night.